Welcome, everybody. It's good to have you here. Thank you so much for joining us from all over the world. We have people coming to us from Australia, Connecticut. Looks like Pocatello's in, Gary's in the house. And just want to say thank you for coming to us as we are coming to you from Salt Lake City, a gorgeous Memorial Day weekend. Happy Memorial Day to all of you. Thank you to all who have sacrificed the ultimate sacrifice in giving your lives, your time away from your families to benefit the freedoms that we all share here in this country. Although at this time we are experiencing perhaps a lack of freedom, and I don't want that to take away from the sacrifice that so many have made for us to live where we live and to be where we are at. Today we want to talk about the advantages of adversity, but before I get into that topic a little bit and share with you a couple of cool nuggets and some pictures, I want to elaborate on the gratitude that I feel as I've traveled across the world the last 19 years and been so blessed and fortunate to travel across one ocean and another ocean. And every time I come back and cross back into Florida, Miami from the Atlantic, or come across the Pacific from on the West Coast, or come from down south or above north, I love going to those other places and enjoy the people of Asia and the people of South America and all those that live in Central America. I love them very dearly and have enjoyed so much the opportunity to share a message with them, that every time I come home, no matter how bad it seems that it is here at times, there's no place that I would rather be. And I hope that I can share that with each of you in a message or in a way of respect, of gratitude, and of honor for those that have truly served and given all they have for each one of us. Let's get right to it. So, with this Memorial Day, it perhaps means more to many people than it does than it has in the past to a lot of people, because we are going through a time of crisis. We are at war. We're at war with an enemy that we really have no control over at this time. And that enemy is keeping us all at bay. And I have found in my life, as I have gone through a few of these losses, that there's no better place to start when we've lost everything. Heck, I've lost everything in my lifetime at least 2, if not 3 times. And I have found that those people that don't change with changing circumstances, those people that don't adapt, those people that don't ask themselves what the new next is, will experience a great deal of pain in their life. Those that endure, prosper, seem to have a positive attitude. Those that seem to risk themselves, try new things, develop new talents, find new ways of doing things, are those that through difficulties, uncertainty, fear, and doubt, those people experience a great deal of success, prosperity. Those people are the ones that seem to rise to the top. Those people become indispensable in a very disposable world. And that's the message I want to share with you tonight, coming to you from the mountains of Salt Lake City, Utah, here at the ranch inside our studio. In order for you to understand the impact that it's had on my life, I need you to come back with me. Come back with me, 19 years ago when I was in that hospital bed, and when I woke up from a coma, I had absolutely nothing. I mean, let me tell you what I had. I had no legs. I had no hands. I had no self-worth. I had no desire to live. I didn't feel worthy to have a wife or a spouse. I didn't like the feeling of being numb. And many of you watching feel that numbness right now, even though you might have the use of your legs or your hands. I didn't have finances to pay the hospital bills. I lost my job. I lost 52 employees that worked for me in the construction industry. I lost hope of having a dream. And what I've learned through this is that the great thing about adversity is we find out who we really are when we face it. Nothing great has ever come to those where things have been just given to them, but rather we find out who we really are when we have lost something. And so in order for me to discover what that would be, what that would look like, I had to discover what the challenge was going to be, and I had to fight for it. And lucky for me, I had somebody that was willing to go through that with me. And it might not be who you were all thinking it would be. It would come in the form of a child. It was rather powerful. In fact, I just thought of this, and I want to share this picture with you. I got several pictures, but this is powerful. So in my lowest moment in the hospital, when I was willing to throw everything away and death seemed like a better answer, a better solution for me, somebody came into the room and gave me hope. Now, there's a picture 19 years ago of my oldest son. His name is Ace. We call him Kelly Christian, or he goes by Ace because that's what his grandfather's name is. And if you look close, he's just kind of sleeping there, and he's got his jacket on, and I've got my blue shirt on, and just got the trach out that day. And he came in that hospital room, and he didn't care about the fact that I didn't have any legs or any arms. He just wanted me to be his coach and to still be his dad. And I really didn't feel worthy to be that, but I kind of played along with the part. And when it came time for him to go home that night, I can't tell you the kind of fit that he threw that night, because he didn't want to leave the hospital. He didn't want to leave me alone. And it was really against hospital policy for someone of that age, he was 3 at the time, to stay at the hospital with me. But he kept throwing a fit. And finally, I had a doctor with an open mind that allowed him to have a sleepover with his dad, as mom would go home and take care of Kyler, who was 1 at the time, and attend to all the phone calls and the animals on the farm before she would arrive the next morning. Now, here's the kicker. I just shared with you this picture right here. What many people do not know is that that kid did not stay with me just one night. That kid stayed with me, well, let me see if I can get to it. Look, there's another night. That kid's, look how he's covered up there, and I'm asleep. That picture's taken by one of my nurses. That's night number 2. There's another night, night number 3. I mean, we didn't even get him a change of clothes. That's how bad of parents we were. But that kid stayed with me for 63 days. 63 days. That's how long I was in the hospital. He would not leave his father's side. And when they came to get him and take him home, he would kick his feet and throw a tantrum. He absolutely refused to leave. And it's because of that kid having hope in me that it moved me to do things that were very, very difficult. Like learn how to do this, push a chair, brush my teeth, shave my face, feel good about myself, I guess. Find that little ounce of belief in myself that I could still do something with my life. Now, I'm not asking you to go and stay in a hospital room for 63 days with anybody. But what I am asking you to do is, as you might be going through thoughts of despair, uncertainty, fear, and doubt, do what that little kid did. A child such as Ace intuitively understands that when faced with fear, uncertainty, and doubt, by gosh, they only need to love, give, and serve a little bit more. And I'm not sure when we lose that here in our life as we're going through this war, this crisis, and as we are fighting a battle. If we only found a place to love and to give and to serve. And again, I'm not asking you to go do that in a hospital room like that kid did. Maybe it's spending time with our children, playing some catch out on the front lawn. Maybe that's going for a stroll with the dog, or walking down the sidewalk, or just going and grabbing some fresh air. Maybe that's sitting beside a kid reading a book. I'm just throwing some ideas out there. Whatever it is for you. Maybe it's sending a text message off on your phone this Memorial Day weekend, thanking somebody for their service. Doesn't even have the person, the individual, the male or female, doesn't even have to be in blood relation to you. Maybe that's sending a message off tonight to one of your family members that says something like this. Hey, this is Uncle Chad. Just want to let you know that thinking about you out on the ranch, miss having your face around the ranch and helping us out. Want you to know that I can't wait for you to come back out again, and just want you to know the value you have in my life. Send that message out. The next time that kid is faced with the fear, the uncertainty, and the doubt that I faced in that hospital room, now I'm playing the role of that little child. I think it behooves us to become like little children. And as adults, I'm not sure when we lose that mentality, when we start to point fingers and blame. It's this country's fault that we're going through this crisis. It's that party's fault that everything is going wrong. That person called me a name. I'm going to fight back. It's that person's fault that this argument started. It's their fault. It's my wife's fault that the children aren't behaving the way that they're behaving. Whatever it is for you. Only when we begin to look at ourselves and take ownership for everything. That's number 3 tonight, ownership. Take ownership for everything that's happening in our life. Will we begin to see the advantages that come with adversity? So while I might have not caused the entirety of my accident or my broken neck, I need to own it. While I might not be at fault every time that I have an argument or disagree with my spouse, although she might argue that point because most of the time I am wrong. I need to own it. While I might not be at fault for everything that I don't like that's going on with my life, I need to own it. While I might not like the fact that I'm overweight a little bit, I'm just throwing these things out there, and I do feel like I'm overweight about 10 pounds. I need to own it and do what I can to push my chair to try and get back to where I need to be. Whatever it is for you, find the advantage that comes with adversity, and don't plan on it to land right on your lap. It doesn't come easy. It doesn't come for free. It's not just given to us. Nothing was given to me. I didn't learn how to push because somebody pushed the chair behind me. I had to push up and down the hallways of that hospital with that kid by my side. I had to learn how to brush my teeth with numb hands, eat food with bare hands. That was a trick in and of itself. Be willing to develop new skills. We said that once already tonight. Try new things. Be willing to adapt to a different world, a world that's changing faster and more rapid than we've ever seen it change before. When you're willing to do that, then you'll begin to find the joy that comes with challenging circumstances. And instead of fearing it, instead of running away from it, you'll face it head on with confidence, the desire to persevere, and the desire to come out on top. And that's how I look at my wheelchair. That's how I look at my hands. That's how I look at my face every time I see it in the mirror. I thank God every day that we have adversity, because through all that, the greatest thing happens of all. You and I become stronger people. We become better than we were the day before. And we become people of discovery that find out what our real potential is. If you had told me 19 years ago that I'd be sitting amidst a virus that's attacking the world, being able to share a message with people all over the world via social media, live streaming through StreamYard or Zoom chat or whatever we're using, Microsoft Teams. I believe we're using StreamYard tonight. If you'd have told me 19 years ago that I'd be doing this, I'd have told you to jump a creek. Good things come to those people that are willing to work hard, that are willing to look for adversity, that are willing to not be adverse with other people, but find people that make you better, make you stronger, and that help you become the people that you can really be. With that, I want to end my message tonight with a video that I share many, many times. I love this video. And as you watch this video, if you've seen it before, great. If you haven't, I want you to watch very closely. I want you to watch very closely as you listen to the words that David Archuleta so eloquently sings. Watch what the little boy does as he sees me for the first time in the hospital. And I'll try and describe it to you. Watch his enthusiasm, watch his passion, watch his desire to give, love, and serve, which is what I've asked you to consider tonight, to help me find advantage through adversity. Remember, I told you, I didn't have experience in a wheelchair. I didn't have a mentor, at least one at the beginning. I did have mentors after, for sure. Art Berg was one of those. I've had many mentors. Clay Egan, oh gosh, I go on and on and on, naming people that have, Mike Perry. We've lost Art, we've lost Mike, both wheelchair friends of mine. So I've had many mentors in chairs, but I didn't find them till months after. I want you to see this first mentor, and I was willing to listen to him. Let's check out this video clip and hope that you all enjoy it, and we'll wrap it up with that. And thank you all for spending time with me tonight. Here we are, check it out. So that's live footage from 19 years ago. She's waiting for me to wake up out of a coma there. And when I wake up, the nurse comes in and I'm fed. I didn't want my wife to be around me because I didn't want her to see me have to be fed. And then she comes in to try and give me hope. But I don't like my circumstance, so I'm not really listening to her. It's going in one ear and out the other. I'm not saying that I'm right. I'm just trying to be transparent, be authentic and real tonight. So they keep my kids away from me because my attitude wasn't very good. So I have to prove myself. They want me to try and be stronger mentally, emotionally, and physically, and then they're going to let the kids see me. So the goal here is to kind of fake it until I make it, and then I'm going to try and find a way to overdose on drugs and take my life. Now, I know that sounds like a strong and a bold statement here tonight, but I just want to, again, I'm just being honest. But it changes right here. Look, I just moved my butt by myself, and then I'm learning how to put my shirt on. So now I got momentum on my side. It didn't happen overnight. It's the little things that we do that make the biggest difference. Learning how to push a wheelchair with sticky gloves. There's my therapist right there. His name is Ron Honey. I think he's watching tonight. Love that guy. A little cocky, but I like him. Look, look, look. Watch this. Watch, watch. Here's where Shondell brings the kids to see me. And look, there he is. He didn't walk. He ran to my side. Dad, Mom said that your legs don't work anymore and your hands look kind of funny. We don't care, Dad. We still need you to come home and teach us how to play ball. Dad, me and Kyler, Dad, we're going to play catch with you on the bed. I'm going to put your shoes on. Look, he's giving, he's serving, and he's loving a little bit more. Dad, I'm going to get your shirt on. Dad, stop saying swear words. Mom will take us away. Don't say bad words, Dad. Now we're playing catch. Look at the kid's face. Watch his face. Please watch. When I saw him smile and laugh, I never thought about suicide ever again. I realized that it wasn't about me. So now I'm getting after it. Now I'm really looking for the challenge. And I'm learning how to brush my teeth and shave. Even playing basketball with a volleyball. There was a new idea. Ski in Park City with somebody strapped behind me. Riding a bike differently. Meeting new people. Teaching my kids how to play ball on a smaller hoop with a smaller ball. And yes, still living on the farm with Shondell and the kids. And hang gliding. I know that wasn't very smart. That's probably the stupidest thing I've ever done in my life. I got wet that day, and we're not talking about the lake. I'm never going to do that again. But through all that, the greatest thing of all has happened. I have found out who I really am. And I thank God for that each and every day. So again, let's recap. Realize that you are where you are because of the decisions that you've made. And maybe you haven't made all those decisions, but take ownership for those decisions. Realize that the best place to start is when you've lost something. The greatest place to start is when you feel like you are at a loss, when you've lost something, whether that be a friend, self-confidence, a job, whatever it is for you. It's the best place to start is when you've lost something. And lastly, find a place to give, love, and serve, just like that little kid did for me for 63 days in a hospital. And again, you don't have to do that. The greatest thing about a challenge, is it gives us an opportunity to discover the fruits of our labors. So take this challenge that bears us right now today. Take this challenge that we are confronted with, this thing we're calling COVID-19, this thing we're calling staying at home, the stay-at-home order, whatever it is for you. Take this challenge and face it head on and realize that if you don't have anybody on your side like that little kid was for me, I'll be on your side. I can't think of a greater way to give back than to do what that kid did for me. And not just him, but his one-year-old brother, Kyler. And now it's turned into, geez, Shondell. You know, I've started to thank her for her help. And we've adopted 2 more children. I wasn't going to show you this either. I was going to wrap this up, but probably kind of a cool way to wrap this sucker up. Here's one of our latest family photos. I love this shot. Forgive me for being a little bit slow with my hands, but I think you guys understand. This is one of our latest family photos. That's right before Ace got married. There's a great shot of Shondell. We just celebrated almost 26 years now. We're hitting. That's pretty incredible. There's Ace right there. He's a little boy that ran in. Kyler was 1. Oops, I lost that. I'll go back to it. I'm sorry, guys. There it is. There's Kyler. There's Gracie. We adopted Gracie at 3 days from Guatemala. She was 3 days old. And of course, Caleb is the newest part of our family, and we got him from Ethiopia. Things have happened for me in my life when I've seen the adversity and faced it head on. Things have happened that I never dreamed of, and I believe the same will hold itself for each one of you. Thank you for joining us on Inspire Life Mastery. If you haven't joined us, go to our Instagram and our Facebook page. You can join me, just my name, Chad Hymas, Chad L. Hymas, or you can go to Inspire Life Mastery Instagram page or the Inspire Life Mastery on Facebook. Join us there, and we will see you again tomorrow. Thank you again, and have a good evening.